Dude, what's going on? What's going on, man? It is your boy, East Coast Kicks, man. 856, man. Representing Jersey to the fullest, man. Y'all already know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Let me know, man. Today, a few of my friends, they hit me up. They said, hey, man, why don't you do a video of your top five, man, on, like, the Jays that MJ played and everything and whatever and whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my top five from the sneakers that he played in, which is pretty much the Last Dance since the Last Dance been coming out and everything. And one of my shoes I'm gonna go ahead and start with is the Retro 6. Oh man, like I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of people are not wasn't liking the 6, man. They wasn't really digging it like that. And I never did understood why, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when I was younger, it was so hard to get this shoe. Like it really was because it was MJ. Like this is an iconic shoe, and I liked it. And as you can see right here, you see what I did. So yeah, I switched the laces. I put it down here like what it used to be when we was kids. Like I remember when I was younger, I ended up getting this shoe, and I got really, really lucky around that time. I made the honor roll and everything, and lucky me, I got small feet, so went into the store. The line wasn't too long, but it was long enough, and I ended up copping this shoe, and I went there. I was like a kid, man. I was like a big kid in the candy store. So when I went to school the next day, like, yo, Cass was like, yo, how'd you get this? Yo, how'd you get this? Man, it wasn't easy, but because at around that time I was small and I had very small feet, it was easier for me to get them. And as you noticed back in the day, the price wasn't too wasn't either. It wasn't even nowhere near $100 for a kid size. It was like about maybe 45, 50, $55. I think the most it probably would have been maybe 60, 65. That was it. But I know at that time frame back in the day, these were going for the low, yo. And like, but back then that was considered expensive. So now if you go back now compared to this time, sneakers were if you had that money, it was easier to get the sneakers, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was much easier to get the sneakers back then than it was today with this crazy reselling prices and everything, man. So this is my number five sneaker right here, man. We're gonna start this off, man. The Bread 6, man. As you can see, the OG style with the Nike logo on the back of it, man. And I still love it. Like I only wore it like maybe 2 times. That's about it. But like these one of these shoes that you just gotta keep in the collection, man. And this is one of the shoes that he did play in too. So I'm gonna let that be known to you. He did play in this shoe. So yes, and I believe he won a championship in this shoe as well. But now we can go on to top four to number four. No, I'm getting tongue tied. Ha! We're getting down to number four. This shoe right here is I like this shoe. The 13, man. Like this was one of those shoes I was really feeling when I was like as I started getting older around this time, man. And like this shoe right here, the 13, the bread 13, like this was a dope shoe to me, man. So this right here, I liked it. MJ did play in one of these games in this shoe. And I remember he was kicking tail in this shoe too. I was watching that game. Like I said, I think this was like 97, I believe, when he played in this shoe. I want to say either 96, 97 or 97, 98. I know it was one of those times because I do remember this shoe. And like this was one of these type of shoes that was kind of hard to get because it was a red and black shoe. I don't know what it is about the bread or red and black shoe, but like this was like one of these shoes, man, that was just like so hard to get, yo. Like, and at that time being, I was lucky and fortunate enough to be able to get it. And like it says on the bottom of it, the black, like I just now realizing this, that black cat drawing, I'm just now looking at it and now realizing why this bottom was made that way. Jordan was the black cat. And here you go right here, the bottom of it of the black cat. So, yeah, so now I started to see why all the 13s were made this way. And that was something new to me as well. So, this is my number 4, top 5 favorite shoe, man. The Jordan Breds, man. Like, it's dope. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna get into number 3. Now, this third favorite shoe, man, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I'm a big basketball fan, I really am. I'm a big basketball fan, football fan, and baseball fan. And like this shoe was like love, man. Like I remember when that movie dropped out, I had to be about 13 in 97. It was called He Got Game, man. Like when I first seen that movie and then I seen that shoe, the Jesus Shuttle, where everybody calls it the He Got Games, the Jesus Shuttlesworth. Even though Jesus, I don't even think Ray Allen even in that movie, in a few of the movie scenes, I don't even think he even had that shoe on, but his dad did. Shuttlesworth. Oh man, Denzel played the heck out of that, man, and like that was pretty dope, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, that was pretty dope. So when he copped that shoe, it was like the prices started going up, and they said Coney Island was like $150, like with tax. But I know when we had this shoe, it was about 110, maybe 120. And like I said, around that time, I still had small feet, so I was still under the radar of the 100 range. So my feet was real little, so it was really easy to me, man. And yeah, when I say I was so mad that one day when they sold out of this, and I wanted this shoe so bad. Like, it was ridiculous, man. Like, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And then somehow, I think a few days later, a good friend of ours who ran like sneaker stores and everything back in that time. I lived out in Delaware and everything that I knew. He would say, hey man, yeah, we got your size, blah, 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 blah. He made sure he held that shoe for me. And I begged my mom and pleaded her, was like, mom, can you please take me across this bridge and go get this? I have to get this. Like, I had my money I had saved on up from when I was like, around that time when it was snowing and all that other stuff. I saved it all up, and then I had a paper route job. So like, yeah, like this is one of these shoes that I had to get. And then, we young, we don't know no better. You're supposed to take care of your shoes. We didn't take care of them like we were supposed to. But now, knowing I know the value of it and what it is, oh yeah, I'm definitely on that, man. And as you can see, I still got the wrap around this thing. I never took the plastic thing off. I only probably maybe wore this shoe probably only, like I said, only 2 times. Like, look, you see it behind me. I got a nice little case full of shoes, man, and still going. But He Got Games, man. I love this shoe, man. This is like one of my favorite 13s that I love the most, man. So, like, this is a good shoe. But we got a few more to go, man. So I think we're down to shoe number 2, man. So, and what mainly like really got me into it was when Jordan, around this time when he came back with the 11s, man, and that Concord, man. I ain't gonna lie, that Concord shoe, man. Concord shoe. Oof, that was special to me, man. That was very special to me, man. It really was. That was like, one of the shoes that I copped like at an early age when I got old enough and got my paper route money and everything. And I started to get it in. I remember waiting in line for some time for that shoe, man. Like, but Eventually I got it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got it, man. Like, I really got it. And if you ever go back to them old East Bay books, man, when sneakers were like $100, like, yo, the Scottie Pippins and everything, like, man, those shoes were love. Like, that was love back in the day, before Foot Locker actually had their little catalogs and doing this and that. Like, that was love back in the day, man. But this particular shoe right here is what really caught my attention the most, man. And the Bred 11, man. Like, I always was a big fan of the 11s, and this Bred 11, even though this is not the OG joint though, but oh man, like, I remember when I got it, they had the stitching joint in the back of this, man. Like, that was hard, yo. It was really hard looking, man. And like, you know what, Nike? Now I'm saying this, can we please get a stitch? Can we get that Stitch 23 in the back of these 11s? Can we go back? If y'all gonna go retro and go OG style with it, you gotta put the stitching back here, man. Like, that stitching, man, that was everything, man. When we got this shoe, man, that was everything, man. Like I remember I got this shoe. I think I won it. They had like this little thing for like a basketball joint, and I put like $5 worth of like tickets in there and everything. So like around that time, when they called that number out around that game, I think it was around like, man, I don't even want to say the year, because that's gonna make me feel like I'm getting older now, which I'm getting up there, but a little good for my age though. But I remember when I won this shoe and came home, man, you talking about, you couldn't tell me nothing about that, man. Like, when I got this shoe, I got the stunting, I got the walking around. You couldn't tell me nothing. I felt like the baddest man on the planet, man. But this Bred 11, man, like, and as you can see, like I said, I barely wore them. I barely wear them. And you see, it's still intact and still in clean and everything. And like, this is the 2019 version this year. 2019, 2020 version this year. Like, this shoe right here, it's still live, man, because it's just one of those iconic shoes that MJ was just killing cats in, man. And like, I gotta get the shorts with that too, man. With that black with the gold lines on it and red lining around it. Oh man, this will go live this summer with this shoe, man. But let's go ahead and get into the number one pair, man. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna show y'all, man. Tell you that. White. But look, we're gonna get into this one, man. The Last Shot, man. The Last Dance. This is that shoe in 1998 when MJ made his last shot. He stole the ball from from Russell or Karl Malone. It was one of those two. Stole the ball. He got it. Dribbled it down. And you know, Mike calm. Mike poised. Mike, hey, I'm MJ. I got this. You know I'm going to take this last shot, and I'm going to make sure I'm going to make it. Because I'm going on top. I'm going to retire on top. And definitely, MJ, you definitely did that with this shoe. A lot of people didn't like this shoe. I remember when the shoe dropped out a year ago or two. No, not even a year ago. I think 2-3 years ago. Folks was like, a lot of folks didn't want it. And I was just sitting there like, do y'all realize the history of this shoe? Like, this is a shoe that Michael Jordan made his very last NBA shot on. Like, in the finals. Like, how crazy is that, man? Like, that's just crazy, man. You couldn't get anything better than that, yo. Like, MJ was just, man, phenomenal, dog, man. Like, and I like this shoe. And you know what? You know what? I'm glad I did, because now the reselling price on this, you don't even want to know. It went on up. Ever since these series of The Last Dance that came on now, these most iconic shoes that MJ had played in, yeah, skyrocketing it up, man. Like, hey, I'm telling y'all, if y'all can catch some prices going up and down, I recommend you to do it. Because if y'all don't, it's gonna go shit skyrocketing up, man. Like, it's gonna go off the wall, man. But this is my number one. This is my number one favorite shoe, man. The Last Shot, bro. Like, I remember, like I said, I was about 13, 14 when he made that shot, man. Like, me and my pop was sitting in the living room watching that shot. Like, yo, matter of fact, I think my cousin was with me too. Like, I had like a few friends in there. My pop was sitting on the couch with us watching that game. Like, that was one of those games that was just like, man, like, and I'm not even a Bulls fan. The crazy thing is, I'm not even a Bulls fan. I'm a big MJ fan. Same way I am with LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan. I like Kobe too. I got a lot of favorite players that if they had shoes, I would go get them. Like, if Jason Kidd, he's my number one favorite point guard. I love the heck out of him. I've been trying to get his jersey, but it's kind of hard to find that new Nets jersey. But I'm going to find that jersey, though. But, yeah, man, like, The Last Shot, man. I'm gonna just let y'all just look at it. Just embrace it, man. Because MJ really, he left the legacy behind. And these are the 14s, by the way, just to let y'all know. Like, MJ left these behind, man. And that was a dagger, man. That was like a dagger to the Utah Jazz, because they had it. They thought they had it, but they didn't. But, hey, man, it's MJ. He kept a lot of cats from getting the ring. But, yeah, man. Like, subscribe, comment, man. Tell me if you want me to do another top 5 all Jordan sneakers of all time, man. And I would be gladly to do it, man.